Hello YouTube, this is Golden Age Ace, Eric, talking gaming rant number whatever, and this time we're looking at Mario Golf for the 64. Now I know that this is a game probably nobody has touched. I wouldn't be surprised. Last time we talked about, I believe we talked about Halo 3, and I think I posted some gameplay on Gunbound, but this time we're talking about a game probably no one has ever played, and a few that have played would know what I'm talking about. But as I said, last time I talked about Halo 3, a game where you have to have high-end Twitch skills, an excellent team, and you must be a god of Halo in order to get anywhere online. Halo 3 is the big-time destruction fest for the Xbox, where people shout at you for tossing grenades, lagging their servers, or holding onto the ball for a little too long. All the while you hear some sort of announcer shouting things like killing spree, sword spree, hell's janitor, running riot, double kill, triple kill, overkill, killing frenzy, splatter spree, ass spree, capping captain. Anyway, Mario Golf. I played the game several times, and each time I learned that the game was ridiculously difficult when you're trying to defeat those computer players. Until I learned where the difficulty was coming from. You see, Mario Golf implements the slide system. You press one thing, the A button, to set the slide going, press it again, and press it again as it comes back, for power and then accuracy. So you press A and it sets up the slide. Press A again, it goes back, you press A again. The problem is that, like Gunbound, you have to contend with wind, position, and elevation every time you swing at the ball, just like real golf. It will draw or fade if you hit it on the left or right of the last slide accordingly, and in a manner that is uglier than my own resume. In between shots, you can manage to put a drastic spin on the ball, a draw, or a fade, which leads to curving the ball one way or the other. The spin causes different effects, and obviously players will learn what those effects are at the time, and they will find ways to cheat their ways out of stroke death. They do so after a tee shot and with a 60-yard approach shot, where people find how to roll balls down the green, or up the green, or around the green, or through it. My first complaint about this game, incidentally, is the massive shoving of the ball past the hole in a manner that I like to call putting. 60 billion times in a frenzy of madness, Sparta. That we call putting. Let's say you're trying to putt into a hole about 30 yards away from the hole. You're putting, and your slide says that you hit it about 30 yards, 0 to 30. If you hit it exactly on the dot the last tier, you'll hit it 30 yards. So you think all I gotta do is hit that last bar, and then the ball will roll all the way to the hole. Let's say you nail it. Perfect, most perfect end you could have possibly hit. The ball will go maybe 25 yards. Why? I mean, you hit it 30. I guess that Mario Golf for the N64 shoves in that little friction where the ball rolls over the grass. So you think maybe I'll compensate for friction on a little bit longer putt. All things considered, it's a straight putt. All you have to do is hit it the right distance. But it's a little bit longer putt. Let's say it's 50 yards away. So you go to a slightly more powerful shot, where it goes from 0 to 100. So you hit it smack in the middle, it should go 50. But you know there's friction involved, so you want to hit it maybe a little bit more, maybe hit it 60. So you hit it 60, and guess what? It goes 60 past the hole. It rolls over the hole, it goes, beyond 50. It looks like there was no friction involved. People learn how to deal with these things in Mario Golf. It doesn't make any sense at all for the 0 to 30 to go slightly less when you hit it, and for the 0 to 100 to go slightly more or exactly. I guess it just depends on how hard you hit the ball. Your regular drives are determined by the power of your shot and the accuracy of the shot as well. The tee shots are just as finicky if you're the kind of player who has played real golf before. It would be apparent to you, that some par 5 course is easier to sink when you have this kick-ass 270-yard drive. You'll get it on the green in 2 strokes, and you'll be able to putt in for eagle. It would be sweet if on that par 4 course you could land it really close to the green or on the green and putt for eagle again. Then what's the problem? Well, unlike Mario Golf for the GBA, Mario Golf for the N64 has a little bit of a problem with these tee shots. You see, you set off the slide, this adjusts power, this adjusts accuracy. But if you hit it any way other than a perfect shot on the second slide, the accuracy one, you get this terrible shot if you want that big drive. You know, normally Bowser's drive gets this big curve from right to left. And, but he has this big drive, this 270-yard drive. And naturally, Bowser's drive gets this big curve. Unfortunately, the game decided that my slight miscalculation of time on the slide, also known as not hitting the absolute perfect shot, would decide that instead of it curving from right to left, that it would just keep going right. And keep going that way. And I would be in the rough. And being on a slope is not fun. The computer misses perhaps 10% of the time. Sure, the engineers of Mario Golf implemented a pseudo-fatigue system for the computers, where if you're beating them early on, they start to suck. And if you're losing to them early on, they start to play like Tiger Woods. In short, if you lose to the computers in the first few holes, they play like pros. But if you beat them badly in the first few holes, they play like crap. The problem is that you always will be a few strokes short of the computer's abilities, because you need to hit the perfect shot every time, whereas the computers just have to hit a solid shot, because they can hit any shot they want. Mario Golf is difficult to play, but actually pretty fun for those who are looking for a little bit of a challenge. I won't lie and say that the game isn't tiresome at all, because it is. And I won't lie and say that the game is the most difficult thing in the world, because it's not. It is a solid, time-consuming, difficult game to play. And I would recommend it to anyone who's looking for a little bit more of a challenge, even though you would have to play it on the Wii's Virtual Console. Or if you have an N64 that still works, mystically, you can go ahead and do that. That being said, that wind can really affect your draw.
Mr. Sandman showing his beam when he walks into the room, the walls lean in to listen. Serve out, rain, waves, click back and forth like gold.
You hear some sort of announcer shouting things like killing spree, sword spree, hell's janitor, running riot, double kill, triple kill, overkill, killing frenzy, splatter spree, ass spree, capping captain.